If you're wondering if you should buy this book, this video is for you. Just a disclaimer, I did like this book, although some of the things I'm about to say might make you think otherwise. I did like it. However, I don't think a beginner should read this book simply because it can come across a bit fear-mongery. And this is not that you should not take stuff seriously. Yes, you absolutely should, and stuff are not taken seriously enough these days. However, if you try not to piss anyone off, you will soon realize that it's impossible. You could be the kindest person on the planet and still piss somebody off, okay? And this is a good point that she makes. If you do end up pissing someone off, it is not highly likely that they will just go around and throw stuff at you, okay? This would take a really jealous person, and I had an encounter with that kind of person once. However, when they're in that state of mind, the good thing is they usually don't have the energy to do the bad work, which is something that this book might mislead you about. And second point is that I could not use, or rather to say, I'm not planning to use as much of this book as I would like to, because I did like a lot of stuff she mentions here. However, if you have a pet or a kid at home, there are some ingredients here that are really tricky. In a way, they can be toxic if ingested, or even if just, powdered. And powder gets everywhere, okay? Powder gets everywhere, and I would not consider it safe to have some of this stuff in your living area, especially if you don't have a separate room where you do your workings. And this can be easily avoided. Like, there are other means and methods. And there is not a disclaimer in this book with these ingredients that says that they are harmful if either ingested, or what's more likely, if you inhale them, they can hurt your lungs. So what should be always done, guys, is when you have a spell book or a list of ingredients for a spell, always double check them, cross check them. So just make sure that you know what is safe and what is not, because some of these ingredients you might want to wear a mask or even gloves when working with them. So just keep that in mind. With that said, I would recommend this book, at least for a source of inspiration. She does say some things I like, some things I don't necessarily agree with, but this is always the case because there is as many theories as there are magical practices out there. So while this is a good book, a beginner should maybe do a bit more research before they take upon this book, because they might get scared, overly scared,